What's the worst thing you've ever seen? Not necessarily directly involved in, but have you ever seen some fucked up shit? Because I mean, if I see someone like kick a stone at a duck, I get a bit sad.
Yeah.
Stop kicking stones at ducks, then, Jaack.
But like, I feel like you've seen some shit.
Yeah. Well, like, probably the worst thing I've seen is like in prison.
Yeah.
Right, and this is in a youth prison where we're all under 21 years old. You know what I mean? We're all like 19, 20 years old. And this guy had been like, you know, sort of fronting another guy, and this other guy was like, right, I'm going to get you. And when he was like going into the shower room, it was right where you ironed your clothes, and they had irons, proper irons, hot
hell.
irons, out of view of prison officers, you know what I mean? And this guy picked this hot iron up and basically stuck it, not on his face, but he's holding it to his face. He's like, what are you going to say now? What are you going to say now? And this boy started crying. And he basically touched it on his face, you know what I mean? There's like a little warning. And I was like, oh, mate, the guy's crying his eyes out. He's obviously backed down from you. He ain't giving it the big and no more.
Yeah.
And you've still gone and done that to him, you know what I mean? There's no need for it.
Wow.
And that's it. I mean, after that, I come out and I was just like a changed man. I was like, I'm never going back in that shithole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? I think us three here think that prison's going to be like the movies. Is it?
Nah, I mean, like, you're not getting raped in the showers, to be honest, I don't think.
Right. You don't think?
Not anywhere I went, mate. You know what I mean? If you was to do that, someone kicked the shit out of you, they'd be like, you, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're raping someone. Like,
Yeah.
What's up with you? Yeah. I mean, like, no, rapists and paedophiles and everything else, they go on their own wing, you know what I mean, away from everyone else, because obviously everyone else has got this hatred for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them people will kill them, you know, they're like,
Yeah.
we can't risk letting them, you know, it's like putting a rabbit to a dog, it's like, he's going to have it.
Yeah. What was... You said you went in when you was quite young.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first night? Because a lot of people you hear in documentaries and that, they talk about the first night.
Yeah, I can remember, like, when I was going in there, my solicitor, he's gone, have you been in prison before? And I was like, no. I'm like a 17-year-old kid, and I'm like looking at him like, no, why, what? And he went, just be careful when you're in the showers. You know what I mean? And he's basically giving me this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm thinking, no, I'm going to get raped in the showers, really? You know what I mean? But, nah.
It's a weird thing for your solicitor to say to you.
Exactly, yeah. He wasn't my solicitor for long, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
So what do you think when you get in there and then you put their clothes on, don't you?
Yeah,
and then you get in the cell
yeah,
and then you lay down, they shut the door for the first time. What's going through your head?
Oh, it's unbelievable. You almost think it's a dream and you're going to wake up. You know what I mean? It's like a really bad nightmare. And that's how I was for about 5 days. I was just thinking, no, I'm going to wake up in a minute. I'm going to wake up. You know what I mean? But I knew I wasn't. But my head's telling me, this can't be real. This can't be real.
Wow.
And it was so horrible. And, you know, at first, you feel like punching the walls, and you feel like crying, and you feel like, you know what I mean? Like your whole world has ended.
Mm.
But then you just realise, you know, this is like sort of like dog eat dog in here. You know, it's like the real world. If you act weak, people will prey on you. You know what I mean? They're gonna like see you as like, yeah, I'll have something out of you. And
Go on. Sorry.
I was going to say, sorry. Is it quite a violent place on a daily basis?
yeah, I mean, like I said, I was in a youth prison, so it was like everyone was trying to prove a point all the time. Everyone was trying to act like the man. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was, and then none of us were men. We were all kids. You know what I mean? Once you got to 21, boom, they'd ship you off to an adult prison because that's where you belong. So, from what I've heard, and I haven't been in any adult prisons, but what I've heard is totally different there. You know, people are a lot more chilled out, a lot more laid back. They're not out to prove a point. They just want to get out of there. You know what I mean? So they're more likely to just do their time and get out. Whereas, like, in these young offenders, they're only doing short sentences. They don't care about losing any remission, you know, any time off that they might get. So it's all about, like, well, I've got to look hard in here. And everyone's got the same attitude, you know, like, well, if someone gives it to me, I've got to basically front them. And if that turns into a fight.
Did you have any fights in there?
Yeah, a couple.
Did you?
Yeah.
What, do you win, lose?
Yeah, they usually got broken up before anyone won or lost, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I remember once I was playing table tennis, and the net was held up by a chair because it didn't tie up on the table. You had to sort of basically tie it around a chair and pull the chair away from the table
Yeah.
to make the old net. And I was playing one of my friends from Thetford, you know what I mean? We was both in prison at the same time.
Coincidence or?
Yeah, just a coincidence. And this was in Norwich. And this guy walked in and he didn't mean anything. He just grabbed the chair to sit down and it fucked our game right up, you know what I mean? And I just went, you know, I started giving him a load of abuse and he was like, fucking hell, I didn't mean it. And I was like, you're a fucking dickhead, bro. And I'm just giving it so much that he went, fucking come on then, you know what I mean? And I just took this bat in my hand and I'm like, I'm going to keep hold of this, you know what I mean? This is like a weapon for me.
That's hardly threatening, though, is that little ping pong paddle? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It'd still hurt.
Yeah. Well, he just ran at me, and like the first instinct was just to hit him with it. So I like hit him once, and he's gone back, and he's come forward, and then I'll hit him again, and he's gone back, and he's come forward. And I thought, I'm going to keep hitting him with this, and it's not going to stop him very much. You know what I mean? But it might hold him off for a little while.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and then eventually, like, I just felt someone grab me. You know what I mean? And it was obviously a screw, and they grabbed him, they grabbed me, and they like stuck us both down in segregation.
Yeah.
And he was next door to me, and like we ended up chatting, you know what I mean, through the walls and that, like, yeah. And then they let him out of there before me because like I hadn't been sentenced, so they couldn't take any time off of me. But for him, he had already been sentenced, and they said, right, you're going to lose a week off of your release date, something like that. But with me, they went, yeah, because we can't take any time off of you because you might get not guilty yet, we're going to put you down the block for a week. And I was like, oh, fuck's sake. But anyway, I was like down there.
What is that?
It's like segregation, you know what I mean? When they put you downstairs and there's no one to talk to and they don't let you have anything, you know what I mean? You just sat down there like nothing.
Really?
Yeah. But it's not that bad. If you was there for months, you'd go mad. You know what I mean?
I went for a tour after it closed around Blunderston Prison, and the solitary down there is basically a room with a fucking plank of wood on the floor for you to sleep on. And if like you say, if you stayed months in there, you would go fucking mental.
Yeah. And the thing was, every day that you're in there, you get the prison governor. He used to come round and he'd check on your health, sort of thing. He'd like stand there and he'd ask you questions. You know, he'd be like, "How are you?" And you go, "Yeah, all right." And then he'd go like, "Right." And every day you'd just go, "Gov, can I go back on the block?" And they're like, "Oh, no, sorry, you've got to be here for 7 days."
On the block? You mean off the block?
No, on the block.
Right.
Where everyone else is.
Right.
You just want to be where everyone else is. So you can talk and that.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Gov, can I go back on the block?" And they'll be like, "No, you've only been here 2 days. You know, you've got 7 days." And you go, "Yeah, but look, come on, be fair," and all this. You know, I've been good.
Yeah.
I haven't done nothing. You couldn't do nothing if you wanted to. You know what I mean? And you go like, "Come on, this is driving me mad." You know?
Yeah.
And eventually, after about 4 or 5 days, they would probably go, "All right, then you can go back." And you'd go, "Oh, I really appreciate that." And that would play. You know, you'd go back and you'd go like, "I'm not going to mess them about anymore because they've given me a chance." You know what I mean? I'll let them off. But another thing as well, when and some gypsy boy taught me this lesson. He said, like, if you're doing quite a long sentence, when you first get put inside, be a real bad boy, right? Play them up, you know what I mean? He said, you'll get in trouble, you'll get put down the block, you know, down segregation and that. But after a little while, start behaving yourself. And then when it comes to parole, they've noticed a difference in you. If you go in and you're good, from the beginning they don't see any difference. And that's exactly what they're looking for. They want to see it like a rehabilitation. So you go in first of all, and you have to act like a right twat. Yeah. And make them prison officers hate you, basically, and then start to get a bit of a rapport with them. You know what I mean? And then they start to give you a bit of respect. You give them respect, and then like when they do their reports on you, they write good reports. They're like, "Oh yeah, when he first come in, he was really horrible bit of work, but now he's sort, you know."
That's kind of corrupt in a way.
That's like you're tricking them into thinking that they've made you a better person,
Yeah.
but you've just decided to be a worse person.
Well, it's like I always say, the naughty kids at school, they can be naughty all year, And then if they do one good thing, they're getting rewarded.
Yeah.
Where the kids that have been good the whole time,
Yeah.
they don't get a reward.
That's exactly
But
it.
because Ryan's not spat on anyone for 6 hours, he's got a trip to Alton Towers.
Exactly.